This is our last After Effects project. It's 3D, and it's not your conventional 3D. It's not the 3D that you will see in like the Pixar movies. That's more a dedicated 3D program, like either Pixar or at a smaller level Maya. This is just we're going to turn around an object in space uh, using X, Y, and Z axis. So let's start a new composition and just our normal TV resolution and everything, frames per second. 5 seconds will be fine for this one. And let's do some importing here. Let's import our background. And that's just going to be something interesting. Put in the background. And then we're going to have a logo over that. So I made here in Photoshop a logo. And all I did was I took a picture of an insect, an ant, and then I made a circle in white, and then you can't see it, but there's a black border around that. So that's that. And let's put our background in there, drop it in there, and of course it'll start wherever you drop it there at your playhead. And I'm not really happy about this border. I just want a border that doesn't distract. So let's give it a nice blur. Gaussian blur. Give it about 20 or 30. Probably will work. There you go. And also, I want to get rid of the color. We don't need any color here. So let's just take the saturation out of it. Take all of our color out and make it into black and white. And I want to darken it up a little bit too, because this whole idea of an insect as a logo is kind of a weird dark thing to do. So let's drag that on there, drop it on top. There's our logo. To do 3D, notice here, remember you can go back from modes to switches. It's in switches. Here's our little 3D box that you probably learned in grade school how to do a 3D box. Click on that and up pop the X, Y, and Z axis. X, Y, and Z axis. Extend this. Under the transform menu you have your X, Y, and Z axis. This particular one is we want it to spin around on the Y axis. We'll start it here. I want it to spin for 2 seconds. And let's spin it about 3 times. That's probably enough. And so notice here how it spins. Show you here quickly how it can spin. Okay, pretty cool. Okay. Here we go. Enough spinning. So let's take our playhead back at the beginning. And now I want a title, but I don't really want to go out and make a title in Photoshop and all that. This is a big hassle. So I want it, let's choose impact for a font. I clicked on the T. I like red because I want the red against that background. And we'll call it Hill. Let's do the extend that a little bit. I like the size, but I want to stretch it quite a bit, so kind of fills it all up. We can stretch it as much as we want even here. Can make it really stretched out. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And we can even stretch these. Make them fatter. That's a little bit too much. Let's do about that. There we go. Okay, so that's our top. And let's put the little axis thing here in the middle. So it comes out in the middle. And let's start it at about 2 seconds. And then we'll click the S to make the size here. We'll put it at 0. Put it forward half a second. Oops. Set our keyframe. Put it forward half a second. About half a second would be good. And we'll take it up to 100% at this point. And we'll just have productions pop up on the scene there. Why not? So the same thing as we did before. Click on the little T. And we want to make that not so stretched out. Let's make that about what that looks like. So it kind of goes into the other. I'm going to make that normal. I'm going to make this even smaller. There we go. So it's about the same size. And we will do the opacity on this one. So remember, you hit the T. You hit the T for opacity on that one. And we want to make the opacity 0. Oops. We want to make the opacity 0. Oops. That's not cooperating, so we'll just go and do it the old-fashioned way. And we'll click here. We'll make that 0. We'll take it forward a little bit. And we'll put that up to 100%. And there we go. That's our whole deal. Once again, you can export it to DV stream and then open it up in iMovie. This is for fun. See what it looks like. Thing come up, and that's our movie.